most women of a certain age, not everything we do is going to be exciting or make someone want to just jump up and down and turn cartwheels. As women over 40, the things we do matter, especially as we move from a victim mentality, from a poverty mentality, into mentalities of prosperity and success. Today, I want to talk about the habits that can help us be successful. They may not be sexy, they may not seem like a lot of fun, but they are just the habits we need in order for us to get to where we're going at this particular time in our life. The first habit we have that's going to help us be successful is the habit of being able to delay gratification. They did a marshmallow study. They put a marshmallow in front of these kids and they told them not to eat the marshmallow. If they could wait a while to eat it, that they would get something in return, something better. They left the children with the marshmallows. And the ones that could not wait, that went ahead and ate the marshmallows, after they followed them over all these years, they were not as successful as the ones that were able to constrain themselves. They were able to delay their gratification. These children became more successful. So I said all that to say this: if you are able to delay gratification, delay getting what you want at the exact time you want it, and instead focus on what is most important, focus on the end goal, then you are going to be more successful. So, may not be a sexy habit, but it's a habit that is going to help propel you towards your goals. It's going to help you be more successful. Having systems. I have often talked about having systems, maybe not as much on this podcast as on my other channel, but it is imperative that we have systems in place that are going to help us get to where we're going. I often talk about how it is important for us to have a support system. Well, we have to have a support system for us as women over 40. We need that support mentally. We need that emotional support. We need somebody that is in our corner that is rooting for us. It is important that we have this. And we need to have a set system or a set way of doing things that is going to help us save time, help us be more productive, and help us be able to function. We want to make sure we have created systems, things that we can follow, that we have a structure to what we're doing. We want to make sure we're following a plan, an organized plan of how we're going to function from day to day, how we're going to get those little mundane tasks done. So it is important for us to have system. My third habit that I want to talk about is discipline. We have to be able to discipline ourselves. We have to be able to tell ourselves, no. We cannot allow ourselves to have everything we want exactly when we want it. We have to keep ourselves focused on what we are trying to accomplish. We cannot give in to temptation every time temptation shows up. We have to learn to bridle this tongue. All that requires discipline. That means just because I'm mad with Sue at work, or human resources, it doesn't mean I can go down to human resources and let Sue know exactly how I feel. We can't. We have to have the ability to discipline yourself, to tell yourself no, and to go from there. The next thing we have to have is we need to have sense enough to take a break. When I talk about taking a break, I'm talking about we need to be able to have some downtime. It's okay to not be going constantly. You have to have time to stop and do a mental reset. You have to be able to identify when your body has gone as far as it can go and it needs that break. I know as women over 40, sometimes we may feel like we're not as far along as we should be for our age, for what's going on. And so we try to rush through things. But we want to be able to slow down, to take a breath, slow down. Because I've noticed, especially with me, when I rush through things, I'm in a hurry to get things done. There are so many more mistakes in the rushing than there would be if I stopped and took a moment to slow down. I am a person of faith, and I believe in the creation And in the story of the creation, even God stopped and rest and took a break, and he had told us to do the same thing. So I'm a firm believer that our bodies need rest. If we don't give our bodies rest, our body is going to take rest. It is going to force us to rest. I am saddened to see that so many young people now are having heart attacks, they're having strokes, they are succumbing to all these health issues. And it all stems from stress. It all stems from the hustle and grind culture that I'll sleep when I'm dead. And they keep going to the point that they do end up in the place in which they are resting. You have to listen to the signs your body is giving you, and those signs may say, I'm tired, I need a nap, I can't keep going. And so instead of forcing yourself to keep going, grinding, you need to be able to stop and refocus and reset and take a break. Sometimes there have to be days when you call in. There have to be some days when you take those mental health days. You just say, I need to talk to a friend. That goes back to talking about having those systems in place. Having those times when you talk to someone that can help you emotionally reset. I know it's going to seem counterintuitive to the habit I just talked about, but they actually go hand in hand. The next habit I'm going to talk about is not procrastinating. When we have deadlines and things to do, it is so imperative that we go ahead and do them and not keep putting off for tomorrow the things in which we need to be doing. Procrastination can stop us from being successful because we're going to miss those deadlines. We're going to miss those times in which we need to have things done. So it is very important that we not procrastinate, but go ahead and get done the things in which we need to get done in order to accomplish the things in which we need to accomplish. My last habit I want to talk about is making sure that we keep our promises to ourselves. I know how easy it is to put yourself on the back burner, especially women our age. We want to make sure the kids are taken care of. We want to make sure our job is taken care of. We want to make sure our spouse is taken care of. We want to make sure that the church is taken care of, or whatever other organization in which we belong to, and we'll put us on the tail end of everything. But that's not the way it's supposed to be. We need to make sure we're keeping our promises to ourselves. When you're true to yourself, then you can be true to other people. They always talk about on the airplane, if the airplane is about to crash and the oxygen mask comes down, how so often moms want to put the oxygen mask on the children first. But in order for both of you to survive, you need to put your oxygen mask on first, and then you can put the oxygen mask on your child. So we want to make sure that we are keeping our promises to ourselves, that we are doing the things in which we need to do to ensure that we have optimal health. That's why, again, that we take the time to slow down, that we take the time to focus and not get distracted. I know these habits were not sexy, but these are habits that are going to help us as women over 40 be successful. I thank you guys so much for listening. This has been LaWanda Shields here at Hey Sista by Two Good Sister, and I'll see you guys in the next podcast.